Hi, my name is Debra R. Richardson of Debra R. Richardson LLC, and I work with you to help you clean up your vendor data, clean up your vendor processes so that you pay the right vendor. Now, this week's Vendor Master File tip of the week is as if we needed one more, another ishing scam. And this one is called Zishing. I can't even say it right, Zishing. And this one actually came out of a conference that I went to last week where I was in Florida, thank you, because it was 6 degrees in Detroit when I left. But there was a company called Viper that talked about Zishing scams. And I thought, what the heck is a Zishing scam? Turns out I kind of already talked about it. I just didn't name it. So let's get into that. First, though, I just want to start with all of the ishing scams that I've posted about before. The newest one is quishing, right, by QR code. But in essence, phishing is a social engineering scam, and it really just wants to get sensitive information, your login credentials, your banking details, right, for you or your vendor. And so they're all the same type, just different methods. So phishing is by email, phishing is by phone or voicemail. Smishing is by text, and again, quishing is the newest one using QR codes, which is kind of dangerous because you don't see. It can be hidden within the code, and so make sure you're taking a picture with your camera so it's bigger. And I only say and point that one out because at the conference, lots of folks use the QR codes, and if you use a QR code app, it may not be big enough for you to really see the address that it's linking to or what it's linking to. But if you use your camera, it can. So just a bit of a side on that. So now going back to Zishing, I do want to start with I post new scam alerts, and I'll put a link to where you can sign up or just navigate to it so you can see all the new scam alerts. But between last year and this year, I think that's when it was, I posted 5 new scam alerts about job scams. And these job scams had, which was like, I couldn't believe they were doing that. The fraudsters were doing that, but they were actually having job interviews with these candidates, fake job interviews, and they were doing it via the same thing that we use for a regular meeting, right? Zoom calls, probably other platforms too. But they were using those platforms to make themselves look more legitimate. And so I posted a lot of those. I knew that's how they were doing it, but I never really named the method. And there was an article again by Viper, and I will put a link to it. But they named it and they called it Zishing, and it is a Zoom based call scam. And so in the new scam alert that I posted January 22nd, you'll see what those bullet points are, and you'll also be able to link to the original article by Viper. But fraudsters are using deep fake video, deep fake audio to jump on these video calls. And not that you would know what they sound like or what they look like anyway, but they are still using it to mask, let's say, an accent, right? So they can sound like they are from wherever you are from or wherever they are supposed to be from, again, to make it seem more legitimate. And really generative AI tools like those that can produce voices uh, real time help in this process of fraud. And so might want to take a look at that. But again, zishing, that is a new term now that is out there. And it just adds to the phishing scams. And so I thought this might be relevant because I know many of you use these platforms like Zoom to do or in place of that confirmation call, especially with non-US vendors. And so just wanted to make you aware. There is another ishing scam out there called Zishing. All right, so the how you can sign up for new scam alerts. Again, I will put a link in the description, but here is how you would do it. When you get to the new scam alert site page on my site, you can put your email address in, and every time I post a new scam alert, which is usually 2 to 3 times per week, you'll get a consolidated email with all of them and in that email, and you can take a look at which ones you think would affect you. All right, so thanks everyone. If you would like more information on how to improve your vendor process, please go to my website at deborarrichardson.com for free tools and resources to avoid fraud, regulatory fines, and just overall bad vendor data. Now, if you'd like training, over 115, 16 now annual hours of vendor process training for your team, also where you get new scam alerts from, you can go to the Vendor Process Training Center at training.deborarrichardson.com. So good luck and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified next Tuesday for the next Vendor Master File tip of the week.